Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. So today we're going to be adding intergalactic nuclear missiles. How are you doing, Ciala? How is everything going? So yeah, there's a thing I need to fix with the chat, and that's yeah, there is like already messages in the Twitch chat, but they are not visible here in the overlay now, because whenever I transition from the intro scene into the main scene, I clear the chat just because that was the easiest solution for me for the I had that like a little bug in the chat for a long time, where the first message that was always like the stream elements message, that it's a really long message that says Fran is now live and blah blah blah, that would get like overlapped with the next message. So the first and the second messages would get like overlapped, and then everything was fine. So that my easiest solution was to basically, whenever I switched to so whenever I switched to the exactly, when I switched to the main scene, I clear the chat. That's the easiest solution I could find, because I couldn't reproduce that error myself when I'm trying to work in the project in the Unity editor. So yeah, it's really annoying. So that's what I did, and I was explaining that basically all of the chat, like that happening when the intro scene is active, all of that is not going to be visible. So yeah, that's a shame, but yeah, anyways. Also, there's that weird streamer bot book again, where it says zero viewers, and I think all I need to do for that to work is just restart streamer bot. I think that's what I need to do. Let me check that, because I think I did that at some point and it worked. So yeah, it has like streamer bots has some really annoying issues, but I don't know, it's fine. It's really good. Okay, so now I need to open chat, and then yeah, so everything is going to be at 0. Okay, now it's fixed. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, that was basically what I need to do. So yeah, you can see now there's like 1 viewer, 78 subscribers, sorry, followers. I wish 78 subscribers. Then 1 subscriber, and then the music and whatever. Okay, great. So, well, I guess I don't even need to check my audio, because I I responded to what I was saying, so I will assume everything is fine. And yeah, so other than that, we are going to be, as always, working on Voyagers. Should be 2 viewers. Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. It's like no, I'm not filtering. So there's like 1 viewer, which is me, and then like from the stream manager window, I have my stream feedback there, so that I can see if everything's fine. And then the other viewer is you. But what happens with streamer bot is that it has like a really long delay of detecting like whenever there's a change in the viewer count. So my code is actually updating every 5 seconds, I think, but streamer bot, which is the thing that connects to the Twitch API and grabs all of the data, that has a really long delay. I don't know why that's the case, because for example, sometimes I can see in the Twitch streamer manager, I can see there that for example, sometimes there's, I don't know, maybe 5 viewers, and my overlay still says maybe 2 or 3, and after, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes have passed, then it updates. And yeah, maybe I should develop a better integration bot for Twitch. That would be awesome. I will be the first user. So yeah, you can see now there's 3 viewers, and you can see it updated in the overlay too. But how much would people pay? Yeah, that's the thing. So streamer bot is completely free. That's the catch basically. So I guess if you like offer, I don't know, because they already offer like a lot of really nice things, but I think I can't remember right now, but there's like a good number of things that they are not offering through their like app. So for example, like I can't, top streamers would pay for vertical features. Yeah. I guess. So there's, for example, streamer bot has like a few YouTube options and integrations, for example. So I think like for YouTube, there's not a way to. Hey Jisoo, how you doing? Hello. Welcome to the stream. So what I was saying is StreamerBot doesn't have a lot of integrations for YouTube. For example, you can't. I think you cannot get like your viewer count from YouTube. I think. I'm good. How are you? That's great. I'm fine, thank you. I'm kind of like in a really chill and I don't know. I don't want to say low or down mood, but I'm kind of there. Not great, but so yeah. What's wrong? Oh no, nothing. Just I don't know. Just the thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Hey, we already at 80 followers? Huh. So that I don't know what happened, but we were at 78 followers. So yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe Twitch bugged, but we made it to 80 followers. We made it to our follower goal. So what has you down, my friend? No, I'm not really down. I'm just chill and like not feeling great, I would say, but I'm fine. But I think that's the way to put it. Yeah, I don't know, like it's maybe the energy. I'm not like feeling like the normal amounts of energy I have usually, so kind of lower energy today. That's all. It's not like emotional or anything. It's just that. So yeah. So thank you very much for the follow again. We made it to 80 followers. That's amazing. That's really good. We were really close to 100 followers. That for me that would be huge actually, because I don't know, it's just me working on my game. So yeah. Is money a problem? No, not at all. Not at all. It's just that I think it's just that Saturday is one of the days of, that I like rest from my job. So I guess that's it basically. My body is telling me, okay, you should just chill and stop working for a little bit. So yeah, but I choose to use this time to work on my game because I don't have another time to do it. So yeah. Okay, so we should get into some Voyager dev, shall we? Um, okay, let's see. So this is our current list of tasks, which basically, yeah, I have been explaining in the past couple streams, but basically we just finished like working on a base prototype for the space section of the game where you're in your starship and you're exploring. I can show that in a bit, and you can go into any planet and land on that planet. So now we started working on that other section where we play on the planet. So this is basically the main section of the game where you're going to be playing the most, like where you can do the most amount of things. And yeah, so there's a number of things that I need to fix and rework basically. So that's what we have been doing this week. So let me show you really quick. I can go into the just as a quick demonstration. This is the space scene. There's like 90% of everything you see is basically placeholders. So yeah, this is very rough. Like there's like red stars like randomly there just to have a sense of space and velocity and like planes. But yeah, basically this is you in your starship exploring space, and then you have your minimap down there, and if you hold Z button you can activate hyperspeed, and then we are close to a planet here. See, it's really good. Or we can go, you can see in the minimap I'm going down there to see the other planet here, and you can also see kind of a little bit the approximate size of each planet, which is pretty good. So we are now here orbiting this other planet, and from here we can press another button, we can hold another button, and we can land on this planet. So that will bring us to the planet scene, which is really broken. Okay, so yeah, basically there's so many things that are broken right now, but yeah. Yeah, so basically what's happening is that I'm refactoring the environment detection for the player, so you can see that he's like kind of, he doesn't know if he hit the ground or not. It's like kind of falling. So yeah, I have to fix some of those things, but there's a couple things that I already worked on yeah, over the past, I don't know, 3 years that I've been working on this game. Of course, I didn't work full-time on this, and not even part-time. It was like maybe 1 month I work on this for a couple hours a day, and then for 5 months I don't do anything, and then I come back, and for 2 months, and then for 3 months I don't do anything. So it was kind of like this, intermittent, is that a word? So, well, it is in Spanish, but basically I did some, like, implement some systems. You can see there's parallax in the background, there's some planet sprites in the background too, there's a day-night cycle. Well, we already have a kind of working character, which is the astronaut. Right now it's not working because I'm refactoring things, and I broke some things, so now I have to fix those. But yeah, basically you can see, yeah, I can do anything basically because everything is broken. I have to fix that. But yeah, we have a couple things, and yeah, so this is where we are going to be working for the next, I don't know how many months it's going to take. So since it's the main part of the game, yeah, there's going to be, I don't know, exploration, platforming, combat, yeah, mainly those things, and I will see what I will be adding to this section of the game in the future. But for now, those are basically the main thing for this part of the game. So yeah. Okay, so basically I need to start working on that, which is, like you can see here, my first task is refactor environment detection systems. So what are those environment detection systems? If you have not been watching any streams or whatever, those are basically systems that handle the detection of the ground or the ledges or anything related to movement and environment awareness for the player, okay, for the characters, so that whenever we're on the ground, it's going to be grounded and you can jump and run and do those things as always. And then you have your ledge grab, which, yeah, right now I can't basically do anything because it's broken, but you can also grab into ledges and climb them. And I will be adding more and more mechanics like that, like some more platforming mechanics, because I want that to be a thing in the game. One of the core mechanics in the game, I think I'm going to be doing is that. So yeah, let's go here and see what the hell is happening. Okay, so airborne. So what's happening here? So I guess something here is null, which could be senses or it could be ground detection. Now it must be ground detection because it is entering here, otherwise it would be throwing the error here. Now I don't really understand why this is not like getting the thing at all. So like it's like this is not even running, when in reality this should run like whenever we enter this state. This is a state. So for the character I have a state machine. What is the state machine? It's basically something that determines which state we are on at a certain moment. So for the player character, is really good to use a state machine. Is what is most commonly used for character behaviors. So whenever the player is running, that's a state. Whenever the player is jumping, that's another state. Whenever the player is attacking, that's another state. So basically there's one script that's going to say, okay, we have all of those states and now we're going to be on this one, and then we switch to this one, and then we switch to this one. So that's basically how a state machine works, and you're only going to be in one state at a time. So what happens like with the states, whenever we enter or exit a state, that state is going to run some logic. So that's why I created this method called enter. So whenever the state machine says, okay, I'm entering this new state now, okay, it's going to run this for the state we're entering, and then in the update in every frame is going to run whatever logic the state is like defining. Okay, so yeah, and then you can, like, that's the most basic thing for state machines, and you can expand that to whatever you need. Okay, so in this case I'm using this fixed update because I need, like, Unity has two update methods. One of them is the update, the normal update, which runs every frame, and then the other one is the fixed update, which runs like every set amount of time. So what that means is the update method is going to run every frame, and it's going to wait until like, it's not going to wait. The update method in Unity always runs every frame, and the frame delta, like the delta time, which is the duration of the frame, is going to be variable every time. Okay, it's not fixed. Well, that's the difference with the fixed update. So the fixed update is basically going to run not every frame, but every fixed delta time periods, okay, of time. So I think in Unity is 0.02, I don't know, I'm not really sure, but the important thing is that fixed update is used for physics logic, okay? So whenever you're dealing with velocities and rigid bodies and that kind of thing, and forces, all of that is going to be better if you do it in the fixed update. Hey Soldier 12, how you doing? Welcome. Man, I was searching for dev streams, and when I searched dev stream, the first thing that appeared were a church stream and a horse thing stream. What the hell, man? That's so random. Okay, I guess there's plenty of ways of doing game dev. I don't know, it's so weird. The YouTube algorithm is something else. Okay, so after my really bad explanation of what the update method and the fixed update method is, let's go here and try to understand what the hell is happening. So yeah, like I was saying, this should be called once and before this. So this is going to run every cycle of the fixed update, okay? And this is going to check if the player is grounded or not. That's basically what's happening. So yeah, and then it's like there's two possibilities. One of them is maybe this is like desire to search for it, intensify. Yeah, actually, and now I'm curious what the hell was happening there. So yeah, there's like two possible things that are happening. So either this is not null from the get-go, which I'm like 99% sure that that's not the case, and the other one is that this is returning null, which, yeah, it's not great. So yeah, let's see, like, I'm just going to do this 1, 2, and then 3 here. So with this, I'm going to like identify what the hell is happening and what's running first and what's running like second and so on. So yeah, I'm not sure if the sequence is messed up or what's happening. Hey Lou, how are you doing? Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so now I'm basically confirming that this enter is not even being called at all. So why is that the case? Actually, what? Huh. So behavior, entity behavior. Okay. Core state machine. So I have this, the core state machine. And then what's happening here? So default state. We have default state here, and initialize. This is going to Yeah, this is supposed to be calling enter, so why is that not the case? Hey Shiva, how you doing? Welcome. Did you end your stream? I saw you were streaming earlier, like really, like not too long ago. I think it was maybe 20 minutes ago, I think, or maybe more, because I just realized I've been streaming for 30 minutes. So in any case, how was your stream? If you ended the stream. Okay, so yeah, basically there's something wrong here. This state is not being like initialized or called properly. Was doing some AOV runs, but I died to a helicopter on the train. Oh yeah, that's really annoying. Yeah, and that's like maybe 50 or 60% into the run, right? So it's pretty bad to die there. And like, yeah, and that's like the last part of the train stage. Oh, that's really annoying. Yeah. I can imagine that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember, because I'm grinding to get the, well, not grinding, I'm just trying to get the last achievement, which is the S tier in every stage. So yeah, I was minus 4 minutes, but a PB like that is man. Yeah. Well, minus 4 is huge actually, but yeah, I guess you're still like kind of optimizing the run. Still, like there's a lot of new structs that are found like every day. Literally, it's like crazy. I'm always like seeing the Discord messages and yeah. AOV is the Shinobi, the new Shinobi game I was running. A clone of Voyager. Yeah, it's totally a ripoff of my game, actually. But instead of space and an astronaut, and it's ninjas. Yeah, so it's, I don't know if you with 10% of features. I don't know if you, Ciala, watched any of my streams where I was participating in the Ninja Challenge, the thing. So it was the AOV is the newer game, the new Shinobi game. Yeah. And Shiva is a fellow runner of the game. And they also play all sorts of great games. Art of Vengeance, yeah, exactly. I didn't explain what the letters were, so yeah. I watched 10 minutes, but I could not watch more. Yeah, it's a completely different thing. I like mainly I do like game dev streams and stuff like that, but then I just completely changed everything that week. So I was streaming speedruns and stuff like that. That's completely different from my usual content. And yeah, speedruns are not for everyone. Basically, it's like grinding like over and over and over and repeating until you get like a good time when you start, and then you do a full run. And yeah, speedrun streams are not for everyone, I would say. So trying to think what could be happening here, because so for example here, where's this being initialized? I guess this is being initialized, so let's call this here. I'm going to close. No, I'm not going to close anything. I'm just going to set that there and see if like there's if that's being initialized at all, because maybe that's the issue. I'm not initializing the state machine. That could be the problem. Nope, that's not the problem. So the state machine is being initialized. Now what the hell is happening there? So yeah, so here this is being called, that's perfect, but then here I guess I should do debug.log exiting current state.name, I guess, and then entering. Okay, that should work. That should actually work. Okay, you play now. Exiting grounded and then entering airborne. So this is entering airborne. Okay, let me just remove this. What the hell? Oh. Well. Oh, you know what? You know what could be happening? I think... man, I think this is really dumb. But I think what could be happening is that maybe the enter method is being called after the first frame than the update method was called. Which, yeah, sounds really dumb, actually. So let's check that actually. So debug.log 1 and then 2, and I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. I'm going to remove this. I don't know. I don't even know actually. So yeah, why not just debug there? Well, no, it's not even running the enter. Why is that the case? So annoying. So astronaut behavior, I have airborne, and I guess what's really like being called is this astronaut fall, which inherits from astronaut fall. Ooh. Oh my god. Huh. Yeah. I'm so dumb. So this is what was happening actually. So when whatever state that inherits from airborne needs to call the base.enter, because otherwise this is not going to be called at all, never. Yeah, so okay, fall, jump, this should also call the base.enter. But yeah, that's the thing. I commented that for a reason, I think. So what's the reason? So entity state, not that. Enter. Base.enter. Yeah. So I guess, oh yeah, but this is not good, I think. So what am I doing here? If I'm not calling enter from here, where am I calling it? Yeah, this is not great. I should be calling this the enter base.enter. And then answer now. What else is I guess it's, yeah, I'm not sure. Let me check this. Jetpacking, okay. So this is also not doing that. So why did I guess that's because I'm trying to do the manual animation thing here. I guess that's what I'm trying to do, but yeah, let me close this and also this. And I'm going to open state.cs. Now, this is what's happening. I'm activating the state, I'm setting the del time, whatever, to 0, state start time to this, real duration, animation duration counter. So all of that is not being set for the state whenever I enter, and that's not great. So I don't know why I did that. Well, I know why I did that, and that's because I'm doing this do animation thing, which breaks the way I'm doing the animations for the jump and fall and jetpacking. So yeah, let me explain quickly what I'm doing here and what's going wrong. So basically, whenever I enter a state, I go into the animator controller and say play the animation. Okay, now you can see it's perfect, but well, yeah, this is actually working perfectly. So why was I doing? Oh yeah, I think I know what's. Yeah, so let me explain. Basically, whenever I enter a state, okay, so if it is like the crouch state, for example, or the shoot state, or the run state, when I enter that state, in the core script of that, like the state class, in the enter method is going to say, okay, play the animation for this state, because every state has a reference to an animation, okay? So what's happening is crouch state or run state or shoot state they have animations that are basically going to play and loop forever, and that's it. They don't need any extra logic or whatever. But the jump animation, it does need some extra logic for the animation itself. And why is that? That's because I did something to make the jumps feel better. You can see that whenever the astronaut has positive y velocity, so when it's going upwards, you can see it's going to play certain frames of the jump animation. And whenever it starts like going into 0 y velocity and then into the negative values, then it's going to start playing the fall frames of the animation. So it's not a looped animation, the animation depends on the actual y velocity of the astronaut. So that's what makes it look more organic. You can see that if I do like a quick jump here, you can see that whenever he's going up, he's going to have like those frames, okay? You can see here. If I expand this a little bit, going up, those frames, then the speed is going to start like slowing down because of gravity, and then you can see whenever it starts falling, it's going to transition into the other frames. So I'm basically mapping the Y velocity into the indices of the frames in the animation, okay? Of each frame in the animation. So if I do a long jump, you can see that it's going to stay longer in the up animation, in the jump frame, okay? That's what's happening. And then again, velocity is going to make its thing, is going to do its thing for the animation to play the correct frames so that it looks more natural and organic. And I did the same thing for the jetpack thing. So you can see that whenever the speed is going close to 0 or negative, the astronaut, you can see it starts like going into like, and then if the Y velocity, it starts going up. If you hold the button, you can see that it starts doing the frame, like the frames of the animation where it goes upwards. So for all of those things, I'm using hey, Red Monster, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Game Glitch Bear, Gamer Glitch Bear. Me gusta el nuevo nombre, está bueno. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? So, yeah, fellow Spanish speaker. De nada, de nada. Genial, ¿qué tal usted? Todo bien, todo correcto. Sí, todo bien, trabajando ya en lo que es las mecánicas del personaje y todo eso. Pasamos a trabajar en algo nuevo. Estaba explicando ahora algunas cosas de cómo manejo las animaciones. Okay, so yeah, basically that's what I'm doing with the animations for the jump, fall, and the jetpack animations. So yeah, what that means is that I need to apply a different logic for the animation on those states, but in the main, like in the base state class, I'm doing do animation, that's it, and that's going to play the animation and loop it or not, depending on the animation sheet itself and the configuration of the animation sheet. So yeah. I quit game dev and I'm a gamer now. I might be a YouTuber. Okay, sounds good. But why did you quit game dev? You were doing good things. Well, maybe you got bored of it, so I understand. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, you need to have a lot of patience to be a game dev, honestly. So yeah, it's something that's really slow to get results and really hard. So yeah, I understand. But I hope you in the future maybe you go back to game dev and make something, maybe a little game. I don't know, a tiny game. So what are you playing now? What kind of games are you playing in your YouTube channel? I'm gonna play my favorite game. I might, who knows? Yeah, maybe Roblox. Oh, that's great. I think I played. Well, my little sister plays Roblox, and she showed me like it's basically like it's not a game. It's like some kind of I don't know how to call it, but you when you enter Roblox, there's like I don't know 1,000 different kinds of games. It's similar to whatever Fortnite is doing right now too, where you have like I don't know some platforming games and then some other games where you play like a first-person shooter with weapons. And then you have like the typical game similar to Among Us, where you have to identify who the killer is, and then yeah. Oh, I don't know, but I go play Roblox games. Yeah, sure. So yeah, I never played it, but I saw some games there, and I don't know. Yeah, it looks fun. By the way, what's that? Butter What the hell is that? It looks fun. Looks funny. So yeah, yeah, basically I was doing that for the animations, and this is, like I described before, this is going to play an animation once or loop it depending on the settings of the animation itself, but then for the more complex like animation logic, I need to do other kinds of things. So that I think that's why I was commenting those lines, but now it works perfectly. So yeah, it's an emote. Oh hell nah, man! It's a bread, but they're bare butt cheeks. Oh yeah, now I get it. That's so cursed, actually. But yeah, it's funny. It's a funny emoji. Okay, see ya. Have a good one. Okay, so now it's working. Now I think I need to test the ledge grab actually, because yeah, why not? Okay, it works. It still works. So that's perfect actually. Okay. Now, there's some like polishing I could do. Polishing? I don't know. I could do some improvements to the actual like ledge grab. Like I mentioned before, the like how it works is you need to be pressing towards the direction of the ledge, otherwise it's not going to like grab. Because that's, for me, that's really annoying. So whenever you can see like I'm just pressing jump in no direction at all, and it's not going to grab anything. Okay. Yeah, and sometimes it just has that like backwards motion. I don't know what that is, but yeah. In any case, you have to be pressing. If I press left, you can see it now grabs there, and then you can do nothing and it stays there, but then you can press down and it drops, or you can press again the direction and it will climb the ledge. So I really like how it works right now, how it is. So, but you can see that, for example, if I jump like this really high, for example, how can I do this? Well, if I do this, you can see it's like it needs to come down to a certain height in order to grab there. And of course I did that in purpose, and that's because we have, you can see like that yellow box there, that's the thing that detects, okay, that's the thing that detects the ledge and says, okay, there's a ledge here. Because you can see whenever I'm against a wall, there's a couple raycasts that appear there, you can see them. Those little, like, there's 3 rays, and those are going to determine if that's a ledge or not based on like an average and a calculation or whatever. So it's going to say, okay, it's every ray hitting a wall, okay, that's not a ledge. But if there's at least one of them hitting the ledge, like hitting a wall, and at least one of them not hitting a wall, then that's a ledge. That means it's a ledge. So let me see if I can show it. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the logic I'm using. This yellow box is going to detect the wall so that we know if there's a wall or not to start casting those rays. And then the rays, those little like yellow lines and that white one, those are going to determine if that's a ledge or not. So how do we know that this is a ledge? Like I said before, like I just mentioned, right now we know that this is a ledge because the top ray is not hitting anything. and the bottom ones, they are hitting a wall. So that means there's something that ends there. It's a wall, and there's like a little end to that wall, and there's ground again. So that's the check I'm doing with the raycasts. And with that, if I keep pressing, if that condition is met, and then also I'm pressing left, then I grab to the ledge. That's what I'm doing. That's basically what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so what the hell's happening with the colliders? They're moving so weirdly. Is that because I'm using interpolate here? Maybe that's why. No, that's not the reason. Huh. Yeah, they move really, really weirdly. I actually don't know what the hell. But I guess it's fine because I'm not actually using high speeds or stuff like that for the astronaut. But yeah, I'm really curious why they move so... Oh well, actually. Oh yeah, now they move... yeah. Okay, I know why they move really weirdly. You can see there, like the boxes are doing this, like so jittery. And that's because they are gizmos. Manual gizmos that I coded so that I can see the boxes all the time and color code them so that I know the purpose of the boxes. So the pink one is the hurt box of the astronaut, and then the yellow one is to detect the ledge and so on. But then if I want to see the actual real gizmo, like the Unity collision gizmo, you can see those are the green lines, and those are not moving at all. Those look really, really solid. So yeah. Okay, that's good. Perfect. So yeah. Okay, now we have the astronaut actually working again, and all of the different things, like the environment detection things are working again. That's really good. Then we have the ledge grab, it's working again. That's good too. Now let me see something, because I need to okay, my kid is playing with a cookie. She found a cookie in the kitchen. So yeah, so that's basically what we have for this task, the environment detection rework. So let's go again and analyze again what I'm doing. So here I have the census class. Okay, so what the hell is this class? This class is basically going to be the central point for everything that needs to be like detection or things like that. Okay, and basically this class is the one that will control yeah, why do I have all of this like really offsetted from the center? Okay, now that's better. Yeah, this is also okay. I really don't like when the transform things are moved around. I guess this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, this one is... Oh, but this is good. Okay, so basically I have this census class. I was explaining that this is the thing that will handle the damage detection, the ground detection, all of that. And before I was doing everything in this script, but this should be some kind of like central point where we can see like values and information. But then what I wanted to do was basically just split the logic for ground detection and ledge detection and hurtbox and hitbox and damage and all of that into separate scripts. So now for the environment detection logic, I had a base class for that, and then I had the ledge detection and the ground detection as their own classes, and those were within the census class. So that was not great because the census class was a big mess with everything inside. So what I did yesterday was basically just like I mentioned before, split each one into their own script. So you can see here I have ground detection, then I have ledge detection, okay, and now like this is great because now it means that, like, this is the thing, in this game I have entities, okay? The astronaut is an entity, an enemy is an entity, and NPCs are entities, and okay, so all of those, like every entity needs to have like a behavior, like the state machine, it needs to have senses and blah blah blah. So what I was explaining was it yesterday? I think it was my previous stream. I was explaining that basically I had like all of the detection systems here within the census class. So I had ground detection and ledge detection and blah detection and blah blah blah. So the bad thing about doing it that way is that, for example, imagine a flying enemy. If there's a flying enemy, it doesn't care about ledges or the ground or anything. It just needs to navigate through like air. So what I wanted to do was basically create an array here where I can add the actual detection logics I need. Okay, so in the case of the player, the astronaut, it needs the ground detection and the ledge detection too. Okay, and then maybe there are some enemies that are going to be using the ledge grab mechanic, or maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, I wanted to modularize the environment detection system, and now it's working perfectly, so that's great. But the census script still needs a lot of work. So yeah, you can see here it also like manages the current interactable. So whenever you're like, let's say there's a lever or a door where you can press a button and the door opens, the typical thing, interactables. So the census script is going to have a reference to the interactables you're interacting with. Right now I only have like one field, so it doesn't support like multiple things to interact with, and I think for now I'm going to keep it like that because I can't really think of a context where I would need to interact with multiple things at once. So for now I'm just going to keep it simple, and that's the thing I always say, I need to keep everything simple so that I don't like make life harder for myself. And whenever I have things working and I think, okay, maybe I need to expand on this, or I want to add this new feature or mechanic, then I start thinking about the other things. Of course, yeah, it's hard to think about, like, I don't know, design patterns and structures for systems in code terms, basically, because you don't actually know what the final game is going to look like. That's the thing. You don't know. You're kind of like prototyping all the time until you get to a good point and you validate what you're doing, what your idea is. And whenever that works, then you have like a final thing that then will need to have the proper systems that are scalable and maintainable and blah blah blah. So yeah, again, I always say this: I'm not a software engineer. That's, I don't know. That's not my thing. I just learned how to program and code, and I have experience and I know a couple things, and yeah, but I'm not an expert. But yeah, anyways, I did already too much talking about things. So yeah, now that we have this environment detection system refactored, well, it's not completely refactored because, for example, this ground detection thing, I think I'm going to be using the same system for other entities, for example, enemies or NPCs, so that they know that they are grounded. But and also here in the senses class, there is, like, for example, I still have variables and things. For example, here is grounded, is ledge grabbed. So yeah, those are not universal things. Yeah, I guess grounded could be a universal thing, even though there could be, I don't know, enemies. Well, no. That now that if I think for a bit longer, for example, imagine there's some kind of specter enemy that it's like ethereal and it doesn't collide with walls or anything. I think that's an entity that doesn't need to know if it's grounded or not. So things that are universal, I think, are, for example, facing left or right, and those things are also, I need to rework those. So yeah, I'm trying to think what could be the next thing for me to work on. I also have this value, this thing for the chest position. So I have these two, like the hurt, cooldown, and blinks, and those should be stats that are in like another script. Then this enemy sight is like, this is something that is supposed to be used by enemies, so why is that in here if the astronaut is not gonna use it at all? So yeah. Okay, so let's see what else I have here. Initialize background object, pixelator is initialized from there. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like I'm a bit overwhelmed because there's so many things I could work on, but yeah, I'm trying to think right now what I can. I honestly thought it would take longer for me to fix the grounded thing and all of that. So I guess we could continue like improving the senses class, I guess. And also this, again, the ground detection. This is, yeah, okay. So, yes, refactor. It's fun. So yeah, I'm thinking of this. Like, I have this physics collider, which is the thing that makes the entity collide with the world. Okay, so that's basically the physics object here. I think I should add this ground detection component into the physics collider. I think that's what I need to do. I don't know. And from here, I could create a prefab variant. And I think I should also just, yeah, I will remove this. Now this should be using, oh, this doesn't need a collider. So instead of calling this physics, I'm going to call it ground. Yeah, ground. Ground detector. Yeah, I guess that's what I need. And then here I have ledge detector and then ground detector. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, that's actually prefab variant. Okay, and I need to remove that variant thing there. Okay, now here in under senses, I also need to again add this again because whatever, and then physics call. Okay. And yeah, I'm also thinking that I could, for example, under this physical, under this physical collider, I could have the ground detection and maybe also the I don't know, the wall detection too. But yeah, because maybe I'm sure, like I'm trying to think of the different cases. So for example, let's say at some point I need to have some kind of logic for detecting walls so that I can do wall jumps or wall climb, whatever. So what's the deal with that? Do I add that here or do I just create a new object like this called wall detector? So for example, if I would say, okay, no, I will add it here. Now the thing is, if there's like any entity that needs the ground detection but not the wall detection, then that means this object would have stuff in it that doesn't belong to that entity. So I think the question here is basically, do I want to do this, like the ground detector have this physical collider? Because the thing is that physical collider is not doing anything. It's just preventing the character, the astronaut, to go through the ground. That's and to collide with the walls and all of the like colliders in the terrain. Trying to think. So let me just first check something, because maybe I don't need to do this way. Happens if I control C like crazy here. Okay. Okay, so now I can do this. Remove this. And then here I can just... Oh, that's working. So, is this just an interaction area? Yeah, it's not another prefab. Okay, physics. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. What's the best move? Yeah, it's not easy, man. But yeah, I think I'm sure that I need the ground detector. Like, it doesn't need any collider or anything. It just needs this script, and this is going to do the work. It's going to cast the ray casts, and that's it. So that's perfect. It doesn't need any collider. It doesn't need an interaction area. It's just the ray casts and whatever. So for this, I could just create this prefab. And okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm going to do that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess. So then we have this. I'm going to remove this here. And then what do I want here? Do I want to create, because this is kind of like a, it's not a hitbox, it's like a physics box. So I'm thinking of like calling it like that, physics box. Just so that I know that this is the thing that makes the astronaut like collide with the world. Okay. Okay, great. And I could also just go here, like, create a prefab variant of this. But I'm not sure, because I guess like every entity has its own physics. Yeah, I'm gonna call it the same, physics box. But yeah, now what's the thing with this? The thing is that you can see here, this is not, well, I should remove this. Well, actually, yeah, I think I need to create, a prefab variant of this. And maybe I need it in the interaction area thing. So here I will create that, and then here I will create this, and this is going to be a prefab variant. And then if I go to the entity, I can just remove this and add the other thing. Now that's going to cause some issues, because I guess because like I'm making this a prefab variant so that I can apply changes to this and things, because I might need like other behaviors for this, so just in case, so that I don't need to, then if I do any change to the physics box, I don't need to, then I won't need to go into every other prefab and change everything there, I think. So yeah. here I can just do this. Now this is the thing. If I go to Starship, if I go to the astronaut Starship, you can see that this is like a different kind of system because it has two entities. One of them is the isometric starship and the other one is the side starship. So it's just one object that has both. So the side ship is for whenever we're in a planet or whatever place we can land and there's like a side scrolling view, we're going to be using this version of the starship. But then we have the isometric too. And for the isometric one, you can see here I have this, like the physics box. Here is not a box, this is a collider. So it's a circle collider. So you can see here the box collider is removed and then I added the circle collider, which honestly I'm not sure why I did that. So I guess I can just go into the entity prefab and make everything a box. So I can just go here, remove this and go into this and now add this one. Okay. And yeah, so here the tag would not be astronaut, that the tag would be entity. I can apply this to the physics box. Okay, and then if I go to the astronaut, I can see here I have the physics box and I can change this to astronaut. And that's it, I think. So yeah, that's perfect. And then entity. Now this, yeah, the reference here must be broken, so I have to add it again there. And then what else? So I think, yeah, Starship, I need to fix the collider for this, which you can see already. It's this rectangle, which doesn't make any sense. So for this, I just need to go here, set the edge radius to 0, then the size to whatever, you know, 0.3, and then 0.3, and then the offset 0. There we go. I can remove this no friction thing. Okay. Okay, that's great. Perfect. And now filter tags ground, then this is entity, and this whatever. Okay. Okay. Now I think I should change the tag here to astronaut or astronaut starship. Huh. Yeah, I think it's astronaut starship because we have this and we have the thing here. Well, the rigid body is not there anymore. So I think something could be broken in the planetary system scene. So let's check that. Maybe the detection for the starship is broken now. So let's see if that's the case. Okay. If I go down here, oh, it works perfectly actually. So yeah, there's no issues. All good. Okay, great. This is really fun. So you can see there's a little bug there where you can see the camera is fixed, like completely fixed. There's no smoothing at all. And yeah, The other thing is also the camera is fixed to the feet of the player, so the center of the camera is there instead of like in the chest. And also there should be like some Y offset. But that's because the camera is not being set to the settings or the side scrolling section of the game. So that's something I'm going to work on whenever I work in the camera system. So yeah, for now I think this is fine. So I have the physics box for the astronaut, I have the ground detector, the ledge detector, perfect, the hurt box, heat box. Okay, that's great. So now, what else? Yeah, I think we should start with this. So I'm going to add a new task here, and I'm going to say refactor senses class. Okay. Now, I think I do have like other things, or maybe there's a couple things here. Yeah, here. Make astronaut prefab a variant of entity. Okay, that's actually a huge one, because right now this prefab, the astronaut prefab, is supposed to be an entity. So it's supposed to be an entity prefab variant, but it's not. So that means that whatever change I make to the astronaut or to the entity prefab, I need to do in both. I need to do everything twice, and that's not great, of course. But the thing is, yeah, I think, well, actually, I could do that right now and see if everything breaks and whatever. So let's actually just do that. Why not? Let's try doing that. Okay, let's try to do that right now. Like, it should be pretty straightforward, but I don't know what is going to break. So what I'm going to do is keep this astronaut prefab, and then I'm going to go to the entity prefab. Where the hell is this prefab? Oh. Yeah, I guess that should be here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just grab this and put it here. Call it astronaut new. Okay. And then this, I'm going to go into the astronaut thing, and I'm going to drag it here and create a prefab variant of the entity prefab. Okay. And now the fun starts. So what I need to do here, oh yeah, makes sense. So yeah, what I need to do is just copy everything that's in the astronaut prefab. So I have the astronaut script, which here I don't have any, so I should have the astronaut script here. I should copy the well, I guess I can do it in the scene. It's going to be easier. So here you can see astronaut script. Yeah, I'm going to do this. It's going to be easier for me, so that I don't have to jump into the astronaut, all the new prefabs all the time. So let's actually do it. Oh yeah, I'm going to move it there. Now I'm gonna copy this, okay, copy component, and I'm gonna paste it here, paste as new, perfect. That's going to have the exact same values and everything. I'm going to do the same thing for the rigid body here. So rigid body, paste component values, perfect. Now, what else? I have the sprite, which, yeah, it's not exactly the same, I guess, but whatever. I'm just going to copy this into this, And then I'm going to copy the animatosmic values into these ones, base values. Perfect. Now what else? I have systems. Let's go into the systems thing. I have astronaut input. So is this exactly the same as the... I guess it is. So if I change anything here, yeah, this is exactly the same. So I can just go here and go into the astronaut input and just put it here. That's it. That should work. Perfect. Now what else do I have? So I have this stats. That's already there. But I have this armory thing. Okay. So this armory thing is basically the class that manages all of the weapons and that kind of thing. So I think I should create a prefab out of this, I guess. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do it now. Let's go here. Oh, I can do that? Okay, so let's go here and do it now. Okay, whatever you say. So I'm just going to grab this and put it there now. Perfect. Now I need to go here and copy all the things here. So entity behavior, copy component, and now I need to paste component values. Now it has references to those. Oh yeah, that's not great. Well, I guess something's gonna show if I'm not doing this correctly, so anyways, I'm gonna copy this and paste them here. Okay. Oh, I can move it. Oh, that's great. That's actually great. If I can move stuff around like that. It didn't let you do that in previous Unity versions, so that's great. Now this should actually have this there, and the sprite should be this one. Okay. Now I have this, like, oh yeah, there's a lot of... Oh man. So, is this... Oh yeah, I think this is fine. All of the states should be... Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, now senses. I need to copy this component and then go here and paste component values. But now, again, all of the references are from the other one, which, I don't know, I guess it's fine. Okay, so senses, whatever, stats, this is nothing. What stats does the astronaut have? This. Okay, copy component and then paste component values. Perfect. And now we go into the interaction things. So I need to copy, I need to go here. I guess both of these go, oh yeah, I cannot move those. So I need to copy those and paste them here. And now that's actually perfect. This doesn't need any other reference, that's perfect. Oh yeah, the physics. Oh, that's actually fine. Now let's go into astronaut there. Let's see if there's any tag that's not... Oh yeah, this is player, and this should be also player. Okay, great. I don't know why I have this, but whatever. Apply to the override. And then now, I guess I can just like go here and apply all. Now I realized I'm doing all of this and I didn't push all of my previous like changes to the environment detection and all of that. So yeah, that's kind of crappy, but we'll see. I will try to do something now. So I guess there's no overrides here, just the, yeah, revert all, for example. Yeah, so I can just remove this from here, and they should actually work right away. But first I need to check all of the like references because they might be broken. That's fine. Yeah, I guess the states are fine. Now senses, yeah, of course. Need to go here. What the hell? Set as default parent. No, that was open in isolation. And now senses, I need to go here and set to astronaut. Entity transform. Oh, I guess it's this. Sprite. This. Basics call is this. Hurtbox, hitbox, and then this should be ground detector and ledge detector. Okay. Okay. Perfect. That should actually do it. Now armory. Do I need anything here? I don't think so. Interaction. Do I need any weird references? I don't think so. Nope. All good. Okay, so in theory, this astronaut, like the new one, should work right away. So let's test it. And then if I manage to make this work, yeah, it didn't work. Okay. What's happening? Neptosmic Voyager entity init. What's null here? Entity 49. Need to close all of this. 49, what's this? Machine. Oh, I didn't set the... Oh. I didn't set the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. I need to also set all of the references here. So this is this. This is that. This is that. Neptosmic input. Starship, whatever. Okay. Perfect. Now it should work. Okay, let's test again. What's this? Entity transform of senses has not been assigned. What? Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, now it should have all of the proper values for everything. If I hit play now, it should work. And after this, if this is working... Okay, seems like it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the jumps are a bit weird, but I think everything is working. Yeah, actually, everything is working. So I'm just going to go into this. I'm gonna select it. I'm gonna remove this, the old astronaut. I'm just going to save it as legacy. So old, and I'm going to, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm going to set that there, and then this is going to be the real astronaut. This also needs to be like that, and that should work. Now, I have another scene called prototyping. And right now there's nothing here. Okay, so I have the old astronaut here, so I should actually grab this here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saving, I'm keeping this astronaut legacy here. It's going to, yeah, I'm going to remove it. In any case, it's going to be in the older change set, or not change sets, in older commits or branches of this repository, so I guess that's fine. So here in the prototype room, there's nothing. There's no ground. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, whatever. Voyager entity again. That's the construct is broken. So, okay. So let's go back to the planet scene, and now we have our. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought. Actually, that was so much easier. That's actually amazing that it works like that right away. So yeah. Now let's keep checking the other tasks. So astronaut systems, navigation, interaction. So this is a generic thing. Then add more input actions. Okay, and then dodge roll. Why is this with the old? This still has the old font. What font am I using? Okay. Is this one the one I'm using? Yeah, it's the same one, but the size is not the same, or is it? I don't know, I guess it is. Anyways, I have... These are the tasks I have, so yeah, I'm gonna leave those there because it's more kind of like a reminder for the things I need to work on, but in reality, the real task and the things I'm gonna do are going to be here. So right now I need to refactor the census class, which is going to be the next task for me. But for now, I'm pretty much done, okay? It's a bit late for me, so that's gonna be a finished stream for me, okay? This is, well, we made a bit of progress. That's really good. So I'm really happy with this, actually. Everything works now again, the astronaut, everything like the movement, you can jump, you can do whatever things I implemented. So everything is back to normal. And from here, I should start like actually doing refactor for the census class. So that's my next task. And yeah, I should get that a lot cleaner, the class, and yeah, that it should be modular enough so that any entity, it doesn't matter what kind of like logic or behavior it has, it should be modular enough so that any entity can use the census class, the census system, and then add the other things as they need them. So for example, in the case of the astronaut, it's going to have the base census class, but then the astronaut needs to check for the ground detection and the ledge detection and the hurt box and the blah blah blah. Okay. I also have this thing where if you see the entity prefab, you can see here I already have a hurt box and a hit box. So I'm kind of like defining that every entity is going to have a hurt box and a hit box. So I think by default it's fine for me to leave it at that, but the astronaut or the physics system? No, not the physics system, because imagine, for example, like the example I'm using all the time right now, imagine a flying enemy. That flying enemy could have a physics system, like a physics collider, but it doesn't necessarily need to know if it's grounded or not, or if there's a ledge, because they are flying, they don't ledge grab. So the physics box is just so that entities don't go through walls or the ground. That's it. But then if the entity needs to know where the ground is and if they are grounded or not, that's going to be done by adding the ground detection component. So I'm kind of using a pattern where I'm doing component based design. So every entity is going to have a base thing that every entity shares, such as the physics box that makes them collide with the world, a hurt box that could be enabled or disabled. Maybe some entities can be hurt, and then each entity is going to define what they need. Okay, so yeah, that's how I want to work about this. That's how I think about the system. So I think it's a good way to do it. I don't know. I agree. Now you have the component for the ground detection, and it needs to know the ground exactly. So that's exactly what I need. In this case, that's exactly what the astronaut needs. Or the flying components need to know the flying objects exactly. So, for example, the flying entities might need to know about, I don't know, they might need to know about, for example, the wind or some like physics modifier that made them go faster or slower. I don't know, I'm just using weird examples right now, but yeah. So now where is the ground stored, or where are the flying objects stored? So basically, the entity has just this, the physics box and the hurt box and hit box, but the astronaut, which is a prefab, is like a prefab variant of the entity prefab, it now has different components that are only relevant to the astronaut. Okay, so you can see the green, those have this green icon here. Those are the new components that I am adding to the astronaut because the astronaut needs them. So the astronaut needs the ground detector and the ledge detection. Okay, so that's perfect. And also the astronaut needs the astronaut input, which is the system that handles your input. But for the case of enemies, for example, they will have other input system, which is the computer. The AI is going to decide the inputs for running or deciding stuff. That is clear. It is component by the book. Yeah. So I think this is a really good way of doing this. I think, I don't know, I'm kind of experimenting with a lot of things. So I don't know, maybe time will prove me wrong. But yeah. Stop a second. Okay. Shared state. What's that? What do you mean? Do you mean the state machine? Like the ground or the other global system, global items? Well, ground detector could be shared by other entities that use, like, that are going to use the ground to navigate. So enemies that are like grounded, like the astronaut, so they don't fly, but they run around and jump and use the ground as their navigation medium. They are going to use this same component, and that's why this is a prefab, because I can then say, okay, let's go into the enemy, and I drag this, and that's it. It's as easy as that. That's the idea. The component is logic or data. Well, it's kind of both, because you can see here, in the case of the ground detector, this is just logic, and it has some kind of data that says, okay, how is the logic going to work? But this is just logic. Like the ground detector is just logic. It's going to do some calculations to detect if the entity is grounded or not. The data part is the component. The logic is called system. Oh, okay. Okay, now I understand. So this is the data, and the logic is the thing that runs inside that. Is that what you're trying to say? The data depends on the entity. Yeah, exactly. Where it is, how big it is. Yeah. exactly. Yeah. So exactly, yeah. So yeah, of course, that's something that's relevant to the system itself, but not to, well, kind of, yeah, it is relevant to the entity and which entity uses that logic. So yeah, and this logic is shared. Yeah, but yeah, they, like, I have some data here that I can modify for each entity. So that's the idea. Each entity is going to have its own values for how they detect the ground. That's what I'm doing here, but that's relevant to the ground detection system. So yeah. So this should work for any entity that exists, basically. So yeah, also at some point, well, for example, I have this entity which currently doesn't work, which is called Quadstract. I think I have a video where I show that. Let me find it. Devlogs, is it here? Yeah. So here. So this is the Quadstract, basically. Am I showing enough here? So it's like a little square. It's something that I did. It's like an abstract entity that I use for testing combat, basically. Not combat, but the damage system. When I started working on the damage system, like the hurtbox and hitbox and stuff like that, I created it's a Vectorialis. Well, it could be. But yeah, it's kind of neutral, but it attacks you. You can see that whenever you're close, when you get close, it will detect you and then it's going to do an attack. So the attack is that it turns yellow and then it rolls, like goes spinning towards you, and then it chases you forever, basically. So whenever it gets to a certain distance, it's going to try to do its attack. And yeah, here I was showing how I just was like escaping from it. And I guess I'm showing here at some point how it hits you. So yeah, you can see it hits you and then goes back and then chases you again, and yeah. So it's kind of fun. It's a yeah, exactly. It's a melee flying drone, exactly. So for this entity, we don't need any ground detection at all. It only needs to know if there's like ground, maybe for saying, okay, I can't go there. I have to go around because there's a wall. But that's not ground detection the same way I'm using it for the astronaut. The astronaut is using, like, the ground detection system is basically checking under the feet to see if there's an horizontal platform, and that's going to say, okay, it's grounded. But this, it would need like a different kind of environment detection system. So this entity needs to know ground and flying. Yes, now the ground data, where do you store them? Well, actually the ground, that's basically just a collider here in the planet scene. It is shared among multiple systems. Yeah, it's just a collider. Like, so how do the ground detection system detects the ground? That's just a collider in the scene. So like the terrain there has a collider. Maybe I don't understand your question, but yeah, if you see there's like this green line, that's the ground. Yes, exactly. You can see here, in reality, the terrain is a really big collider that has like all of those like steps for each platform, like each different height. You can see it's like a complex collider. It's not a box, it's something more complex than that. But you can think of it as each platform has a box, and that's the ground basically. So you can see here all of those green lines, not green, those yellow lines are touching this green line that it's almost barely visible because it's a dark green, but you can kind of see it here. And those yellow lines are detecting the ground and saying, okay, there's ground there. Those your terrain have platforms above the ground. Well, not here, but you could see here in this video, those platforms use the same system. Those have like colliders, and those colliders are the ground basically. So yeah. And then the other, yeah, here I was testing actually attacking the thing, but it doesn't have HP, it doesn't die. So it was just, it's like a dummy, a test dummy. So yeah. And yeah, I should make that thing work again, because that's the quad struct is not working. It's all broken right now, but yeah. Anyways, that's going to be the stream for today, okay? So yeah, that was really good progress. So I'm gonna push this, and then I'm gonna close the stream, okay? Okay, installing update. Okay, see you tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I will stream on Monday, so yeah. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah, sure. In fact, I'm gonna end the stream now, and 2 hours from now, I'm gonna start the new stream, and I'm going to do a week marathon. Gonna do like a 12 hours. Man, I don't know if I can do that at all. That's not easy. Well, maybe if I were playing games the whole time, maybe, but like working on a game like for 12 hours straight, man, that's really bad for your health. Okay, so okay, perfect. Now push this. In 12 hours, a quad vectorialis could get an hexagonal brother. Yeah, that's true, actually. We could get all of the different, like, geometrical shapes into the game. A circle sister. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be the stream for today. So thank you very much everyone for watching and chatting. Thank you very much Jiso for the most recent follow. And now we are at 80 followers. That's great. That's amazing. I'm really happy. We're getting followers every now and then, and that's great. And we got some people from YouTube too. It's nice to see so much progress. Yeah, it's actually really good. I'm happy with the consistency I'm getting. Yeah, it's something I couldn't do in the previous years, but yeah, I don't know. This year it's being possible. So yeah, I'm really happy. It's slow, like the growth. I can see some new subscribers on YouTube and new followers here, and yeah, we're slowly getting more people to see my game, and yeah, so that's really good. Okay, so that's gonna be the stream. Is streaming giving you focus? Yeah, you know, actually, thanks to the stream, I can focus in the game actually, because I say, okay, so now, because before I was just working on the game without streaming, and maybe like some days it was harder for me to sit down and actually work. But now that I have the excuse of the stream, that I have to maintain this consistency of streaming every week, now I have this responsibility to start the stream and actually work on the game. So it's a good thing. Like, it works, it's working for me, and it's been working for months, so that's really good. I think that's amazing. So I will keep at it as long as I can. Okay, so yeah. Again, thank you everyone for watching, for chatting, for the follows and everything. If you're watching from YouTube, be sure to subscribe if you find this content interesting to you. And yeah, as always, join the Discord if you didn't already. You can send me, I don't know, your things there if you want. You can share art or games or whatever thing you're doing, or you're playing games or whatever, you can share there. And you can also get feedback from anything from us, from me and the community too. That's great, that's amazing. And also you can get notified when I go live there. So yeah, be sure to join the Discord. I got a prototype help menu. I want some feedback. Okay, just send it to the Discord. Or maybe next stream. Okay, if you want the feedback live, yeah, be sure to send it to Discord while I'm live and I can give you feedback there. Sure. Okay, so other than that, yeah. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Looking forward to seeing that help menu. Okay, that's gonna be the stream. Thank you again, everyone, and I will see you in the next one, okay? Bye-bye.